Hey, Nick, we need a tagline for the podcast.
No.
Real life opinions. Movie reviews told by fans and not critics.
And good morning, everybody, because we're doing this in the morning at the Bailey Theater. Fun day.
Into my morning attitude.
Yes.
I'm just here for the coffee.
Yeah. Well, here we are, going to waste an hour and a half of our lives that we'll never, ever, ever get back.
No, that was when we did Corsican Brothers.
This is another hour and a half.
Well, first of all, this is only an hour 20 something, so let's not exaggerate.
We're only wasting an hour and 20 of our life.
And second of all, I just watched this again like 2 days ago, and I'm watching it again, and I'm happy to do it.
This is the one that where he lives. Yeah, I know this one.
With his, oh wait, what's in the title again?
His grandmother.
Yeah, we're doing Grandma's Boy today. The first actual stoner comedy we've done in Stoner Comedy Week.
I don't know.
Dazed and Confused was definitely a stoner
Not
movie.
a comedy?
Yeah,
You
that's
guys
true.
never stated that it had to be a comedy, just a stoner movie.
We did say that we're doing stoner comedies.
No, I heard-
Did it?
Where did it belong in the biggest story for Dazed?
Didn't you guys? I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, so.
No, but you guys actually did not state, when you were talking to Mike and I, you did not state stoner
I'm
comedy.
pretty sure we did.
No, you just said stoner movie.
We have it recorded somewhere. We'll have to check that out.
I heard Stoner. Oh, look, Adam Sandler's best friend for a heartbeat. He's in every one of his
Considering
movies.
so is Alan Covert there on the left.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, this is all Adam Sandler people.
Yes.
Oh. So
Yeah. What kind of director puts his friends in movies?
Well, what
Wow.
kind of director puts his friends in every goddamn movie he makes for 15 years?
So that helps launch their career.
Yeah. Well, did Rob Schneider's career ever launch?
Yeah.
He had a couple moments and a heartbeat.
No,
but
it didn't.
not really.
Deuce Bigelow and The Animal were pretty much his peak, and
No,
He was
I
also
thought Big
in-
Stan was his best.
Honestly,
Well,
I
that was
didn't.
the
I
same
didn't.
era,
I
though.
didn't hate that movie. I'm not gonna lie. So
There was also Hot Chick.
nobody
No,
talks
yeah.
about Hot Chick.
that's those four movies are all
Yeah.
kind of the same era. I'm
Remember that in
referring to.
South Park? Rob Schneider is a stapler.
So anyway, what the hell is this about? We got a bunch of what looks like ex or current jocks that are jacked out of the fuck. And
I mean, he's
No,
got a
definitely not
freaking dad
jocks.
bod.
really,
Definitely not jocks.
Nash,
Huh?
Nash,
He's
and
in it for like 10
that
more
guy,
seconds.
that guy there. These two, you don't think they're physical presences on stage?
Well, I'm saying in this role, they're
No.
definitely
I'm
not
talking
jocks.
about actors.
Aww.
Like, I guess I see it a little bit, but I don't know.
But the
They're
point of Kevin Nash and his buddy is they're repoing his stuff because they didn't pay their rent, and so he needs a place to stay now. If we're keeping up with the movie, which I thought is kind of key to this podcast. So-
Yes, it does help when you watch the movie
Yeah.
beforehand to do the podcast about the movie. It really
Hey, well,
does.
when you say beforehand, does it have to be like?
Well, you have to be aware what
This-
happens in the scenes of the movie.
Well, he's knocking on a door.
Oh, thanks, Mike. Wow, what astute observation.
Oh, here's another hot-looking dude.
Actually, it is kind of hot.
Laura, settle
I
down.
was
You
making
just had
an
a hot
assumption.
date with your husband. And,
So she's still a little,
Ah.
Ooh.
But
Look at that ass.
Oh,
That's an
what a
impressive
cheeky man.
ass. Who's this guy, Corey? I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name either, but
Oh,
he's
I
the
know.
quarterback in Waterboy.
all I know is he's decorating a Christmas tree, butt naked.
Because he's stoned. And there's
Well,
smoking.
this is
It's
the
a stoner comedy.
the first stoner comedy we've done in stoner comedy.
Again, you never stated it had to be a stoner comedy,
Lies. I will fight that one to the end.
and I will fight back.
I'm with her, so we're 50-50.
We'll find it in the podcast somewhere.
She's more passive. I'm more aggressive. So you're kind of
And I'm
same
more
thing
right,
over there.
So,
So-
fuck you all.
You only think you're right. See, this is what happens when you invite a girl to the party. You're a man. You're wrong. Just-
Okay, so what's the big thing about stoner movies?
They
What's
get
the
stoned.
what's the draw to it? I'm gonna jump onto the moral essence of
That
what
we
these
get the
movies are
Moral
about.
essence in a stoner comedy. All right.
The stoner
But-
movie. I'm
so-
saying stoner movie, regardless of what you guys did or did not say.
or think.
Yeah, yeah. A stoner movie.
That we get to live precariously through their
So,
being so.
you know, I kind of blanked out there while you were talking. What are we talking about?
The moral essence of why these movies are popular
Because people who get high
are
are like,
degenerates.
I've done this before.
Okay, but we did that
Are
last week.
degenerates, eh?
That's how they're depicted. They're
Actually-
always depicted
So
that
this
way.
is one of the few movies where, like, he comes off initially as a loser here. Like, here's he explaining to a bunch of kids how to beat a level, right? He's actually not really a degenerate or a loser. He ends
No,
up in a
video
bad
games.
situation.
Yeah,
If
'cause he
you're
was in the
sitting
game.
at the kiddies table and you're an adult, I'm just saying.
I was
But
actually very.
maybe the kiddies table is more fun than the rest of the adults. I would totally go to the kids.
First of all, shout out to Doris Roberts. I freaking love Doris Roberts. Anyways,
She is pretty amazing in this.
anyway, go on.
I wanted to say, like, I was shocked watching this movie again where I expected this guy's going to be a loser the whole time. And, like, he's set up to be a loser. Like, everything, like, okay, he's sitting at the kids' table talking about movie.
The
Oh, he
bathroom
just.
scenes.
Yeah. But he's not really a loser in this movie. He gets kind of, he gets stuck at his grandma's house. That's about the only loserish thing that happens to him.
Was car.
Well, okay, but the color, you know what? I would.
What is that, an
rather drive-
Acadian?
But I
I
would
thought that was
rather.
a Jetta.
Oh,
I
maybe.
would rather drive a beater than the new crap that's around.
Yeah, I like his car.
Yeah, wait till you get that first bill on that
This
truck.
guy, the
That
Jeff in
10
here,
grand's
he's
gonna kill you.
the loser. This,
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Milk stores.
I can tell you his arc all the way through, probably right
Okay,
now.
good. Let's hear the.
I'm
arc
not
before
going
watching the
to
movie.
because
Plenty.
it's he plays the same character. Yeah, this is his arc. This is what he does. Oh yeah, he's in a car bed. Yeah.
Who doesn't want a car bed?
I stopped wanting a car bed when I was 12. So.
You know what? Dare to dream, Mike. Dare to dream.
Oh, I had a water bed. Okay, dude, I had a water bed in my teens. So.
Hey, not yesterday, Friday. I definitely wanted to stay home and just relax in my fort. I wanted to have a blanket for it. I did not want to adult. So
Did you want a room like this yesterday?
no, yesterday I wanted the crazy old people to stop yelling balls.
balls.
Actually, you probably would have been jealous of Logan's.
Carpet?
His rooms when he was young, we made him a superhero room. We had a Spider-Man wall, giant spider on the wall. We had a Iron Man wall with glow-in-the-dark Iron Man symbols. We had a Hulk wall, and we had another wall, and I can't remember what that was. Oh, that was a Punisher wall. And then when he grew out of that, then we took all the comic book movie posters we could find and lacquered them to the floor. So we had a floor that was all movie posters and comic book posters.
That's cool.
And then he got into video games, so we made him a gamer bed where it had 2 seats with cushions, with a place to hang his controllers, and the bed was 3.5, 4 feet high. He kept growing out, but it's just like,
You know what? My kid got a rug in his room when he was a kid.
Weirdo.
Right?
oh yeah,
His dad was
masturbation
definitely
scene.
not like, let's just lacquer the floor with cool.
Yeah, this
No.
movie's just turning out to be such an intellectual piece of drama.
Okay, in no way, shape, or form is this movie trying to
Oh my
be
God,
an
that's-
intellectual movie.
That's 2 movies we've seen this month where the guy gets caught masturbating in the bathroom.
What? Why am I not remember the masturbating scene in
Days
Fast
of
Times
Fast
at Ridgemont
Fast
High.
Times.
When he's looking at Phoebe Cates through the window.
Do potheads just really like to jerk off? Is that the problem?
I
I'm
don't
not a
know.
pothead. Oh wait.
Not
Boy,
anymore.
the information I'm learning today.
This scene where he's talking about coming on my mom, it cracks me up every time. That's so fucking funny. This is probably the first true comedy we've done. Like, this is the first movie where I'm just like, I'm laughing through the whole thing.
I'm not.
But that's because you've got the the sound down low and watching it for the first time and doing a podcast.
No,
You can't
I'm jaded
say-
and biased.
Well, you didn't watch the movie, so you can't really have an
I,
opinion.
as I said, I'm jaded and
I can
biased.
still have an opinion. I'm watching it, aren't
Yes, I am.
Yeah, but this doesn't count.
I'll tell you what.
I? It
Right
does
now,
so.
Right now, the lead actor is
Asleep
far
at his desk.
as far elevated acting as I expected. More than I expected. I expected Adam Sandler type acting, and we're slightly above that.
Plus, we got Linda Cardellini.
Well,
I'm just gonna stop and stare.
so I wonder if this woman in like the pencil skirt in the office is going to be the love interest.
Oh, so
Like-
now you're suggesting it's cliche?
There are definitely some cliches.
Of course,
in
it's
every movie.
cliche. Again, we're trying to put this movie on a different pedestal than what it's trying to be.
No. This is Academy Award winning stuff. Okay, should be up there with The English Patient. Okay?
Very few comedies, and again, like Mike's raised valid points about humor versus comedy. Very few comedies are not cliche. They're funny because of situations that are accentuated. That's what makes them funny.
Mhm.
Thank you.
There is
Yes,
some
of course.
underlying stuff in this movie that, if you actually look at, like autism in the workplace and like sexualization of co-workers, but
And Jonah
Okay,
Hill's
but-
in this.
Hmm?
Jonah Hill is in this.
is that actually Jonah
Yeah,
Hill?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was actually Jonah Hill. I thought that was like, okay,
That was before he
So-
lost all his weight.
we need someone that looks just like Jonah Hill to be in this.
Another actor I have no interest. I've never seen him in anything that
I liked him in
really
Moneyball.
Yeah, he actually that was what I would say from
But
my
you're right,
perspective his best role
Yeah.
because he was pulled back from his typical character that everybody wants.
Yeah.
I did enjoy
I'm
that.
not a huge fan either. That Netflix movie with Emma
Yeah.
Stone was not bad either. But all in all, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of his either.
He dipped into a more of his traditional character a little bit.
little bit,
a little
yeah.
bit backwards, yeah. I've seen a movie with that other guy in this scene, not the lead, the friend
The
there.
one in the red there.
I'm trying to
Nick
remember
Swartzen,
what it.
He's awful.
It's like he looks like he would play a Jimmy Olsen in a
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
70s or in an
Yeah.
80s or
It'd have to be an R-rated version of Jimmy.
Yeah, right.
It's just like you are so the boy next door, so let's put you in the most awkward.
I
position.
follow him on Instagram, and I don't know why. I'm not generally a huge fan of his. He's really, really dumb, and it sounds bad me saying this, considering I embrace the dumbness of this movie. But
See, Corey's just admitted that it's dumb.
See,
She's
Well,
sitting on the
no
floor,
one
and there's
said.
a
Well, I
fucking
actually
couch right
I
there.
did say that it was Academy Award
Dumb.
levels of stuff.
I
But that would
actually
be facetious.
I actually appreciate what Corey said. He embraces what the movie is intended. Now, if Corey ends up saying this is a masterpiece to him, or whatever, that might change my perspective. But I absolutely encourage people to like bad movies.
If
this
Corey,
is sorry. Go
if
ahead.
Corey says this is a masterpiece with how many years both of us have with working with movies,
Then obviously I'm right.
Corey and I might just have to fight.
This is in my top 5 favorite comedies of all time for me.
awesome,
me.
awesome,
For
awesome.
you.
Me. I'm
I'll-
going to underline
I'll
that.
never argue
you.
that.
Yeah.
I think it's important that
Yeah.
I respect the fact that movies are favorites. I got some bad favorites, I'll tell you that.
But Corey's pulling out
Yeah.
the big fat
Yes.
marker and he's underlining
Yeah,
it
for
there.
me. Yeah.
Oh,
Joel
this
David Moore.
douchebag.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
did we dip into the
Matrix.
Matrix?
Well,
Yeah,
there's-
that gets addressed in the movie.
yeah, they make a joke about it. That's Joel David Moore from Dodgeball. He was the
Oh,
skinny
yeah.
nerdy guy. So
Wasn't what's her pickle also in Dodgeball?
Linda?
No,
Yeah.
no,
that
that was
Christine Harris or Chris
she was famous
There
for
was more than
being
one
the
Taylor.
new
Christine Taylor.
Marsha.
Yeah, that's Ben
Marsha.
Stiller's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christine Taylor, sorry, is the one.
I do know that's Daphne. No,
Velma.
not Daphne. Velma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's Hawkeye's wife.
She is Hawkeye's wife. I knew she
Yeah.
had a bunch of roles that I didn't know her as. She's like,
she is so fucking gorgeous even now, and I'm not saying that all simpy. I'm saying it like even now, like Hawkeye's wife. She's older. She's looking her age, but she's still such a pretty girl. Like,
see, that's the way you gotta phrase it. Pretty girl.
well, in this movie, she's
Sounds like
hot.
a parrot.
She is hot in this movie.
Yeah.
What a pretty girl. What a pretty girl. What a pretty girl.
At least he's not saying boo.
No, at all.
See, to be honest here, I mean, one of my dislikes of movies like this is we get a lot of these side characters. What's his name from SNL was just on there doing yoga. They
Kevin
do
Nealon?
this. Yeah, they do the same characters over and over again. And what year was this movie?
2006.
So he had done this already a dozen times. That character or
Oh, yeah.
that type thing, and that's
Canada must die.
Yeah.
uh,
Kevin Nealon plays New Age, that type of guy. You know, like
yeah,
into
and
yoga
all the time. And
Although I can honestly say I've never seen him play that before, so okay, I'll take your word for that.
oh, he's
Oh,
always
no,
kind of that new edgy. Yeah.
That's like vegan type.
I don't know if
New
I've
Age
seen the specific yoga, but yeah,
That
I've
type.
seen a
Are they
similar
playing
role.
Frogger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frog Bog because licensing.
Wow.
I love the 36-year-old just kicking the kid's ass at video games. Like, it's so stupid,
Okay.
but like, ooh, I'm so cool because I beat you at video games.
See, that dips into the unrealistic. There's not a 36-year-old in the world unless.
If you're playing
Well,
games,
first of
from
all, he's
our
a game
age-
tester.
Yeah,
like
so I
10
disagree.
years.
I think the 14 to 18-year-old has a thumb reflex, the hand-eye coordination that is unprecedented compared to a 30
A
plus
game
year
that
old.
came out when he was a kid, though.
So interesting thing on that one, doctors are now saying that all the kids that are sitting there playing video games, so like Nick, Alan, your kids,
Anyway,
they're all gonna end up with carpal tunnel.
Oh
Probably.
yeah, that gets obvious like with
Mhm.
that.
although we didn't, and we played video games. Though, so.
I have carpal
But they'll also
I
have
mean,
hand-eye
joysticks
coordination.
with Atari, right? So
Right.
So he just showed who you thought was Jonah Hill. I'm sure that's not actually
it's totally
Jonah
Jonah Hill.
He's in the
Where-
credits. That's all I got.
Hill.
to
Is
say.
he actually in the credits?
Yeah, okay, well,
That
That
is
is-
Jonah Hill.
That actually, see, I thought that was like a Jonah Hill type character.
What year did Superbad come out?
it was around the same time.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
If
Yeah.
this must have been before Superbad, otherwise he would have been more prominent. He wouldn't just be a background character if it was after Superbad.
You know who my favorite side character in this movie is?
Who?
Kane, the Asian one.
Which one?
Like,
Oh, yeah,
Jonah
yeah.
Hill, and then there's the Asian one.
Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious in this movie. He's like all like depressed and like wants to die. You remember? Did you ever watch the ASDF movies on YouTube? You know those black and white cartoon type.
I feel like I know what you're talking about, but
Anyway,
I can't think of it.
there's the
offhand.
muffin that keeps wanting to die. Anyway.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what he reminds me of.
A muffin that wants to.
You
die.
have, yeah.
So, Mike,
What?
this movie reminded me a lot of your play because there's actually a lot
Of which one?
Which one?
Lizards don't
have.
Oh, okay.
There's actually a few things where I'm just like, oh my god, he got that idea from Grandma's Boy.
But
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, which is funny that you're guys like, I don't want nothing to do with this movie because, like, yeah, this whole there's my roommate and it's his mom. I fucking immediately thought of lizards don't have dicks.
How's that connection? Just out of curiosity.
There's a line in there where it's just like, oh, you know, I live with my roommates. So they just happen to change my diapers, and like, that's just the verbiage he uses, and it
Okay.
made me
I live
smile
with my
and
room-
think of your movie.
Well, in Lizards Don't Have Dicks, there's an awkward scene where Owen, the main character, is trying to explain to this pretty girl that come into a store, well, yeah, I live at home, you know, it's kind of like having roommates, but they used to change their diapers. Oh, shit. Okay, that was weird. Can we move on now? That's the gist of it.
So I realized. Sorry, I realized. You know, you made the joke about the masturbation scene, right? You know, essentially, there's a masturbation reference in Lizards Don't Have Dicks too. So really,
It's pretty bad. Hey, two things on that. The connection between the masturbation scenes and stoner movies, and it is vaguely implied actually,
It's very vaguely applied. It's
Well,
not,
no, as
it's
a
not flat
writer-
out said.
as a writer, you should have heard the original. Cole originally wrote it very differently, and I didn't want that deprecate that.
You
Like,
didn't
he
want
made it blank.
NC-17. You wanted R.
No, I didn't want him to be such a loser type, which is cliche to these movies, right? I wanted him to be relatable to the everyday man, like everybody could relate to him. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. So, I mean, it was bad. It was bad what he wrote. I changed
Look,
it.
look at that fucking meal his grandma makes him.
I think what the reason I laughed my ass off at this scene the first time I watched it is one time I went to visit my grandparents and they're like, "Oh, we made lunch," and they had fucking KFC in the oven. They had sausages. They had and they like ordered and they kept making me eat even when I wasn't hungry. And I'm like, "Oh my god, it is a grandma thing."
What's her name?
Doris Roberts.
I feel like Doris Roberts is Betty White light.
Oh yeah. But she's been around just like she was in Christmas Vacation, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's been around forever too.
Yeah.
And she
Of course.
was on.
She's lost a lot of weight recently, so
Well,
Oh, she's still alive?
no.
how old?
Well, that can do it. I don't think I'm going to take that plan
No.
on. But
Yeah, nothing like just dying to lose a bunch of weight, eh?
Right?
She passed away not long after Everybody Loves Raymond, wasn't it?
No.
No,
This
it
was
was-
after Everybody Else Raymond.
This was
Or
it
around the
was-
same time anyway.
It wasn't distance from now. Like I want to say, just
No, like literally a couple years.
3,
Yeah,
4
yeah.
years ago.
Totally.
I don't remember.
She was 90 something too, right?
Oh,
So she,
I love this scene where the grandma fucks with him.
yeah.
So I know you two probably aren't paying attention. He's in a room of a dead woman's house.
yes, I caught that.
Okay, so this is the grandma fucking with him with like, oh, it's my ghost. Ah, I died.
Yeah, that's totally. That makes me think of that wonderful nursery rhyme. I love you forever. I like you. I love you.
That's a Robert Munch book. It's not
That
nursery
is such a
rhymes.
creepy fucking story. And
But she
I can't
crawled into his
fucking-
window. I
Your
said the
mom!
same thing. My freaking wife loved reading that book to my kids, and it's a fantastic book in heart, but it's fucking creepy.
Oh,
When
absolutely.
the mother
I
sneaks
stopped-
into
yeah,
the bedroom.
I stopped reading that book to my kids like halfway through, even from baby. It was like, okay, book ends here.
See, I want to plan that for Logan's birthday next year, so that he's got a girlfriend now, which is cool. I want to go down to Calgary without him knowing and get Kathy to sneak into his room and say, "I love you forever," and see how much you think that works. Who gets more upset, your girlfriend, you?
It's a collective.
I think that was the family visits would slow down.
Slow down and
Like,
grinding halt. Like,
The pills.
Yeah. Was B, I think her name? No, I can't remember. Anyway.
Yeah. The Alex, the main character, kind of reminds me a little bit of Owen too. Like he's not
him?
quite as nerdy as Owen from Lizards Don't Have Dicks, but like there's some similarities, right? Guess like the parents will come and like bring food and everything like that, and like the way he's kind of taken care of, and he's not in the situation he wants to be. Like there was.
Yeah.
It was surprising to me how much it reminded me of Lizards Don't Have Dicks.
yeah, I definitely.
It's
I
fair
remember
enough.
This movie now.
I mean, lizards don't have dicks in movies
Yeah,
like
it's
this.
great.
It's. I'm not going to say it's great, but it was pretty good.
What's pretty good?
This movie, she's remembering it now.
Yeah. It was much fun. When this first came out, I guess like, oh my god, this is the fucking worst thing ever. And the second watch, I was just like, it's funnier and better well done than I remember.
This is funny.
The dead cats.
Yeah. Question: when you have a comfort comedy that makes you laugh hysterically, is it honestly an intelligent movie? Generally, I'm going to say no.
I think we've beat the intelligent and well done thing to death here. We don't have to try to pretend like this is.
I think we're all in the same consensus that it's not intelligent. But
Yeah.
you said something interesting I wanted to expand upon, or at least, and I don't even know what I'm going to say other than you said comfort comedy. So is that something that you'll watch over and over and over and over and over again?
Yes.
See, I can't do that. There's rarely a movie that I will intentionally watch over and over again. Sometimes
If
there's a
something
movie.
makes me laugh, I want to go back to it because I sometimes want to just laugh.
See, I already know
See?
the story, so what's the point?
See, but I'm with Corey. Like, I have movies. I'm probably more OCD than Corey, but I have movies that I watch at specific times of the year.
See,
Every time.
I mean, there's Christmas movies that pop up, I understand, or like certain holidays, but like, what do you mean certain times of year outside of that, Laura?
Like, Great
Boondock Saints
Outdoors,
on
Boondock Saints,
St.
Great
Patrick's Day.
Outdoors, Meatballs. Camping season's coming there.
Camping season, so you put on the great outdoors.
And Meatballs.
Did I tell you when Andrew went to the Blockbuster there, he bought a movie bucket kit. Like they set up a movie bucket, a DVD, and a bunch of candy, and then they cellophaned it. And he bought the Great Outdoors just because of Scouts. Because he remembered watching it with Scouts. So
That is awesome.
I love John Candy's body of work, Uncle Buck, Great Outdoors, all that stuff. I just can't go back and watch it every year. Like I could watch Great Outdoors now because it's been 15 years or 10 years since I've seen it. Uncle Buck is arguably my favorite, and then Summer
it was a great
Vacation.
movie.
You know, Great Outdoors I've revisited a couple times. It'll pop up on TV and I'll leave it on, right? Uncle Buck, when I tried to revisit that, it was not as good as I remember. I remember it was
It's
loving.
been a while for me, but I really enjoyed it when I watched it.
Me too. And it's been a while. Like it was Macaulay Culkin after Home Alone.
It was
No,
just
or
after,
just before.
It was just after Home Alone.
Uncle Buck. So they made Home Alone because of Uncle Buck.
Oh, really?
They loved Macaulay Culkin so
Yes.
much they wanted to give him a movie.
Macaulay
Really?
Culkin was actually younger in Uncle Buck than he was in Home Alone.
I was always curious about that.
I always thought Uncle Buck was like a mill of hair after.
No, Uncle Buck was just before,
Huh.
and then the director, I want to say, was it the director or the producer, either Chris Columbus or John Hughes, loved him so much that they wanted to make a movie centered around him.
Which is funny because they do not interact at all in that movie in Home Alone.
Oh, yeah. Right. I think my favorite body of work from John Candy is Plane, Trains, and Automobiles.
Well, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
No, 89, a year apart.
Yeah.
Uncle Buck was a year earlier. Mind you, that's difficult too because it's like films can be released 2 or 3 years after.
Yeah.
More modern. That's more of a modern issue than it was back then. But, yeah.
Teaching grandma how to play video games.
I do enjoy this. This is his own video game that he's created. Like you first you think he's a loser that can't do nothing, and then you slowly discover he's got these secret talents, right? Like, oh, I've secretly been developing this video game on the side. And then there's the Matrix nerd who's like,
I've been doing it since I could walk type thing.
yeah, and his game is better than the Matrix nerds, right? Like some actual skills he does in the movie.
So what is this? What has this guy done other than?
Been Adam Sandler's buddy? Nothing.
Yeah, like I don't even remember him in Adam Sandler movies
He's the limo driver in The Wedding Singer.
with the
his
big
buddy.
beard. With the beard.
No, with a mustache.
Okay,
one
mustache, yeah.
He wore the Michael Jackson jacket.
Okay,
That was-
unrecognizable, which is
Now
a
the thing
bonus.
is, being an Adam Sandler fan for as long as I have, and then going back, like when I first started watching like Happy Gilmore, etc., and then all of a sudden I watched, I think it was Wedding Singer, and I was like, okay, yeah, I've never seen this guy before. And then I look up his body of work. He is the homeless caddy in Happy Gilmore. I did not realize that.
And then there's this guy.
He's only in Waterboy and
No.
one other movie, and
No,
No.
he's in way more than that.
is he?
Yeah.
See, you know what my problem is with Waterboy? He went full retard, and you never go full retard.
That's a
Never
bad
go full
word,
retard.
Mike.
It's a quote.
I
I
know.
believe the great Robert Downey Jr. said it.
Yeah.
That's a
If an
bad
Oscar-winning
word.
actor says it, it's
Oh,
okay.
he only got that because they thought he.
For the
was
record,
time.
everybody, I don't use that word normally. I used it as a quote only, so don't judge me
We,
like Jeff does.
Oh.
I'm writing down Mike quotes from here on out, and I'll use them incorrectly, as Mike knows.
I spelled them wrong.
You know what?
I blame the flip phone.
I am going to read
Actually, that was
your
a great
guys'
joke, not a you
text
joke.
messages one of these days on air. just for you.
You wouldn't be
guys.
able to.
I
Because
know.
it'd be like,
But audience out there, we have to take a small commercial break.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Oh well, we'll just lead back in anyway.
That works.
Are we in?
Yes.
Are
In
we-
like Flint, that's my favorite
In like Flint?
movie.
What is that from? In like Flint? Is that like from the porn superstar?
Flint's a movie with Chevy Chase.
No, Fletch is a movie.
That's
Oh,
Fletch.
Oh yeah, Flint is a movie with
Woody Harrelson?
no.
That's about Flint. Harry Flint?
It's a spoof
That was
on
Larry Flynn.
Larry Flynn.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure it's Flint.
Flint is a spoof on spy movies with the guy in Goldmember that plays Austin Powers' dad.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, yeah. Michael Caine is Flint.
I just
So,
remember
like-
Austin Powers because that was my quote. That was Austin Powers. In like Flint, that's my favorite movie.
Well, that's because Austin Powers was essentially a modern day in like Flint. Like Flint was like a spy spoof.
Okay.
And
I don't remember.
There was a movie.
Sadly, the
I
only
never-
thing coming up for Flint, if you look it up, is a movie with Queen Latifah back in
Oh, Jesus
2017.
Christ. In like Flint. That's what it's called. The movie.
Yeah. And Larry Flint was the
Hustler.
publisher, hustler guy.
Was it Flint? Okay. I
Yeah,
thought it was Flint.
F-L-Y-N-T. I just Googled
Okay.
it. So
Yeah, no, I knew
Woody
it was
Harrelson.
L-Y-N. I just couldn't remember the T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson played him.
Yeah.
Do Google Michael Caine spy movie because Flint might be the wrong
No, it's
pronunciation.
Cars
not like
2.
Flint.
Huh?
Yes,
I'm
but
glad you two talked at the exact same time.
It is in like Flint.
It is in like Flint.
yeah, but that's got to be a saying that they took from something else. Where's that from?
Well, Flint was the name of the character, and in like was
The predecessor to the character's name.
well, it was like a saying that was used, right? That's not used as often. She's got a fucking tackle box for her
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, these old.
So,
ladies.
fun fact: Shirley Jones. Shirley
Yeah,
something.
the Horish one.
Yeah, on the right there, that is Alice from the Brady Bunch.
I have never seen the Brady Bunch.
Either have I, but
What?
for those who have, like, I'm not talking about the movie with Christine Taylor. I'm
No,
talking
I
about the
know.
old school TV show.
Apparently, you have to be an insomniac because I've seen it.
Oh, I mean, that was
But my-
closer, far closer to my era.
I was gonna say, but Mike.
Oh, yeah, his hands are perfectly healed now. Sorry.
Yeah, well, you only burnt
Yeah,
it.
burns only last like a couple hours.
Who hasn't got stoned and grabbed something out of the oven? Come on.
Oh,
Dude, I've fucking done it when I'm sober.
So the phrase "in like Flint" is an idiomatic expression that means to be successful or to achieve a goal with ease, especially through smooth talking or charm.
So
Oh
apparently,
my god,
only
that's me.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna finish my sentence because it was not gonna be nice.
Go ahead, finish it off.
Apparently, only idiots use it.
I've never used it. I'm just saying it describes me.
That would have been the way
and then go back to my sentence.
that would have been the way I would have described it, Mike. But that's pretty much
That's
like,
Google, not me.
Yeah, I know, but like that's I thought everyone kind of knew like oh like you did it like this.
Well, that's why I asked. I did not know where it came from. I've heard the
Shakespeare.
idiom, but I didn't know where it derived from or what it meant.
Shakespeare, eh?
I can't back that up.
James
But
would totally love that T-shirt.
the Mario one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he doesn't have it. He's got a Mario shirt for every day of the week, eh?
Yes.
We were at
She's
parents-
like,
Who,
oh,
your
I saw
son?
that vase in
Or
your
this
room,
guy?
and so she put flowers in it. It was his bong.
oh, back when South Park was,
Oh
Topical.
God!
yeah. I keep getting. Does anyone watch South Park anymore? I'm told it's
I-
like really good now.
No,
I want to, but I just don't have the channel, and I'm too lazy to pirate it.
it's it is only it's not good, but it is profound in the message. If you know
It
what I
always
mean.
has been, though, if you think about it. Even
Eh.
the old ones, there's a topic, and then they cloud it, and everyone's like, oh, this is stupid. I'm like, yeah, but you have to actually stop and read between the lines, and that's what they're saying. Not like there was during the election year, and I think it was the Al Gore election year, There was an episode. It's like, oh, we're having a school election. The two candidates are a giant turd, or a giant douche, or a turd sandwich. And so they were poking fun at the election, but they made it their own episode. So everyone's like, oh, this episode's dumb. I'm like, yes, but what they're saying is the two candidates for president are idiots. Like that's what you do with South Park, because you look at the underlying message, not the episode itself.
Well, I mean, it's not even that. Like they're deeper now than they used to be. They used to be, that was pretty blatant, a turd, a douche, and or whatever. They really didn't hide. Nowadays they're hiding a lot deeper shit into it. I had to
So they can
watch.
get away with more. That's why.
Well, no, and they're not. They're actually catching a lot of shit for it too. They dumped on what's her name, the Lucasfilm's head,
Catherine Kennedy.
Catherine Kennedy
Kathleen,
episode.
sorry,
Kathleen. They dumped on her pretty bad about the whole Star Wars handling, and they went through they did the Star Wars verse and different Kennedys from different whatever, and they were pretty harsh, and Disney got upset at it.
Disney getting upset.
Which I hope they
Weird.
hated it, but it's
I don't think Disney can do anything to touch South Park. Well, maybe they'll
They
eventually
can't.
buy.
they tr-
Who are they with? Paramount right now?
Yeah.
So maybe they'll buy Paramount one fucking day.
well they
And then
will.
The guys that own,
Paramount's only the distributor.
right?
What was that, Laura?
Comedy Central makes it.
Yeah, because and even then, the guys that actually do South Park, if Disney were to try and buy it or anything, they'd pull it.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? They didn't pull Simpsons though, and Simpson used to make some Disney shots as well, right?
Yeah.
Though it was a lot more PG than what South Park.
Remember the
was.
Simpsons movie when Bart puts the bra on his head? It's like, oh, I'm the mascot of a corporation.
When they own Simpsons.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, Disney Plus. They'll just push the Simpsons on
But
you.
they probably like censor that scene or something in the Disney Plus version.
You know,
Go ahead.
it does. I don't think they do too much to censor Simpsons actually, but that would be a thing they would do. Like they
Yeah.
do like to rewrite history, right?
Well, the whole like,
I don't-
babysitter thing.
I don't believe
No.
they don't censor Simpsons at all. I don't. I think they do. I think there's things that Simpsons would want to have done, and nowadays they won't.
But I'm talking like literally like as they air the episode, cut something.
That I don't know.
because they like I think
Oh,
we
that-
talked about.
That they totally do.
Yeah, they told Adventures in Babysitting, the original Elizabeth Shue movie. They fucking sliced that movie. I went to watch it again the other day, and I was like, "Hey, I remember loving this movie." And they fucking cut out the F-bomb in the movie, and I'm like, "Why?"
And that is why I own it on DVD.
And yet they showed Sebastian Stan's penis talking. That's weird.
Huh?
I beg your
Okay.
pardon.
What have you not
Elaborate.
Have you not seen the what's her name?
Oh, the
The
Pam and Tommy thing?
yes, Pam and Tommy
I
thing.
never- no.
He was talking. I had to jump to that episode just because I heard about it, and they had a giant. He looked down, and his penis was talking to him, and it was like, fuck.
I'll be happy enough knowing I've watched the original and not the series
Yeah.
after. So.
So,
Yes, but now I'm kind of curious. Was he stoned?
yo, fuck. Yes,
Like Sebastian Stan plays Tommy Lee.
Yep.
Hmm.
he's actually really good because he dropped a bunch of weight, and I didn't realize Sebastian Stan was so tall. He's like 6'1", something like that. At least
Is
when
that
I
tall?
googled,
Yeah, he would have to get pretty skinny.
which is weird because everybody says how much he looks like Mark Hamill,
Hamill,
but Mark
yeah.
Hamill's like 5'7" or whatever.
Wow. Face and height are
Which is, incidentally, an inch taller than Boba Fett. So,
How
He-
tall is Boba Fett? Like 5'6"?
or something like that. They're like right close to the same height because somebody used a meme there as because Princess Leia, you're a little short for a stormtrooper, but he's a little tall for a clone trooper.
all right.
It was a meme that went around years ago.
Boba, wait a minute. The numbers are floating in the air. So Boba Fett was the original clone that all the clones are based on. And the stormtroopers are based on the clone troopers. So they should be the same height as a stormtrooper.
No,
But they're
stormtroopers
not,
are brought in, kidnapped, or taken, or signed up.
They're brainwashed.
Yeah, they're not the same as clone troopers. Clone troopers was through that short era, through the Clone Wars, and then
in
they
their helmet and everything.
yeah.
Okay. That's clear as mud.
Yeah. Anyway,
Jeff, you have the same coffee cup,
I didn't see the coffee cup.
the to-go mug. It's the same one, except for yours is more beat up.
I did not. I'm gonna have to let it zoom.
So that guy is the perfect example of split personalities.
That
he's not a
guy's
split personality. He's just a fucking loser.
Oh no, he was just
No,
talking
here-
to himself. It's split personalities.
Hear me out. That guy's actually a good example of
Drugs are bad.
autism in the workplace.
Yeah.
He's a very
The guy in the leather coat?
the guy in the leather coat is a very good example of autism. Obviously, for a comedy, it's a blown up and out of this world, but like it's based on real people that like are weird, but he's very good at what he does, right? But he's terrible at like interactions, and he's very awkward, right? He doesn't know how to interact with people.
Yeah, that's very, very good. Yeah.
You don't realize these stereotypes later on are actually based on people.
Are they based on people, or is this
Every
just
character in the
coincidental?
world is based on something.
Well, so now we're going to talk about what the writer's intention are behind these characters, and that sent into the director.
What I'm saying is that
There's
that
an apparent,
archetype is based on people that are awkward in the workspace, and then it's blown up and accentuated in the movie here to be bigger, right?
so
But there's people in the workplace that exist that have those kind of mannerisms, and that is why that stereotype exists.
I was just bringing up: was it intentful that these people were so, or were they going off of the stereotype of these people? There's a big difference.
I would argue that it doesn't need to be intentful, that it
What-
probably exists because that exists.
Oh, it doesn't have to be need. I'm just saying there's a difference between a stereotype and what you'd say like a stock character. These were developed off of a stereotype, and they pushed it out there, and they resemble the autism and autistic
and that's what I'm
perspective.
saying. I'm saying the stereotype exists because of that in the workplace. Is what I'm saying.
Actually,
No,
okay.
I don't think so.
I cannot disagree with Jeff on this one. Primarily because I'm going back to Victor. I'm using Victor as
Who's
the
Victor?
example. My kid,
Oh,
my
okay.
oldest.
Oh,
When
okay.
you think about Tourette's, not everything that you've learned from me, but when you originally thought of Tourette's, what is the first thing that you would have thought of?
The people that drop the swears all the time.
Exactly. There's actually 3 stages to Tourette's. You've got your ticking motions, which is very similar to autism. Then you start going into your verbal outbursts until you get to the point where you can't help but you're dropping curses, you're doing all these things. So Victor is stage 1, borderline stage 2.
I know 2 people that are like that. They don't drop the big bombs, but they have clicks and
Right, but they rock.
Yep.
See, it actually kind of bothers me a little bit that stereotypes use that, because Victor is the kind of person I think of when I see a character like that, because I feel like that's how him, and even like I think of my own son Nick.
Yep.
I think he's going to be very similar like that in the workplace too, not as cartoonish, obviously, but that is how he's going to be, right? And yeah, go ahead, Mike.
No, I just want to clarify. You said people exist in the workplace because of these people?
No.
Okay, so, well, yeah, people
I'm
exist
saying
in the
it's-
workplace, and they use this as a stereotype or a caricature of real people. Well, yeah.
Yeah, they use this as a stereotype.
Yeah.
So
That's
like,
why it's
Did you say
offensive.
stereotism?
Yes, I did.
I like that word. I'm stealing that word.
Go for it.
The lion on the loose. Yeah, who the fuck brings a lion?
It's
It was
fucking
fucking
crazy.
There's
What?
the fucking king of the jungle.
The fucking
Shockula,
African doctor. Oh. Yeah, I wasn't trying to say that.
Well, okay, so
I'm saying
no, I
that's
was.
why the stereotype exists, because people are like that in the workplace.
Well, that's what I thought you said. So I wanted to clarify so we didn't end up in an argument that was irrelevant.
Yeah.
When does
The
that ever
arguments
happen?
are so relevant, though.
Yeah, when does that ever happen?
a lot of people end up arguing the same freaking topic and not realizing that they're arguing the same thing, but the other one, whichever one, doesn't want to recognize that it's a different perspective.
Yeah, you're arguing for the same thing, and yet you think you're arguing against each
Yeah.
other.
I one time broke up a bar fight between my old boss and one of my coworkers. My coworker, she was
It was
drunk.
Josh, wasn't it?
No. This was Chesney Johnson. Chesney, if you're listening, miss you, kiddo. Hope you're doing good.
I bet he's 40 or she.
No, she's a little younger.
Actually, she's not listening.
Okay.
Anyway, if she is listening, I don't know what happened to you, kid, so take care of yourself. She was drunk as a skunk arguing with Cecil Woods. I need a raise. But I don't. What did she say? But I don't want to do this. And then Cecil would go, I don't want to do this, but you deserve a raise. And they fought like this for 15 minutes in the bar. And I'm finally, it's like, dudes, you're saying the same fucking thing.
Just give her the damn raise.
I don't remember the old guy here.
He's smudgy.
Yeah.
See-
Oh, yeah, he's
that's
the
it.
smudge.
That's his 10 seconds. So-
See, this reminds me of just the SNL factor. It bugs me how there's certain SNL people that were so popular, and I cannot for the life of me think of why.
He was great as Weekend Update anchor. And
that was his thing.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler was great on SNL for whatever, and they all have it. And it was like one of my big annoyances was Norm Macdonald. There was no
Also
personality
great as an
He-
SNL actor,
but that's it.
Yeah.
That's all he had. But
Although Dirty Work was pretty
when
fun.
he passed away, it was just like, my God, there was this, oh my God, whatever. And it's, I never understood it. Same with Farley. Chris.
Well, so Farley's remember fondly because him and Sandler were legitimately best friends.
Well,
Like,
on
they
him
were,
and Spade, right? So-
yeah.
Yeah.
But Norm Macdonald, you know why Norm Macdonald's so well fondly remembered? Because comedians themselves adore him. Because he had a lot more courage than the average comedian does. Like, he got fired over the O.J. Simpson jokes, right? He just wouldn't fucking stop making them,
Yeah.
right?
No, he was the best anchor ever on Weekend Update.
I
Followed by
really-
Kevin Nealon.
I really like the two they have right now.
Oh, yeah. Michael Che and the other guy.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they write each other's jokes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Where the white guy's got to say like the supremely racist stuff. Oh my
It's
God.
not highly talented, but it's brilliant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I don't know if these two will ever make it past SNL, whether that's going to be their lives. I'd like to see them go a little. The black guy's pretty flat.
I
as
can't
far as
remember
personality.
his name, but yeah, he's been a lifer with SNL.
Yeah.
So
See, I don't, a lot of it too, realistically, when you look at it, is we're talking about comedians that are just coming up, and then you look at the comedy that we're used to. None of it's the same.
Well, and that's, I think, again, going back to the Norm Macdonald thing, like, he pushed the envelope. Because back in the day, I mean, the Mel Brooks, everything that, nobody gave a shit. They fucking pushed the envelope with everything. But then modern day started coming, and it's like, oh, you can't say that. Norm Macdonald's like, fuck you, I'm saying it. So, and that's what made him so great, in my opinion. So,
I finally found the sugar in my coffee.
Is
Ew.
this-
Yeah, you have to go like that almost on every.
whatever
What?
happened to David Spade? Why did he never become big?
Because he was talentless and he rode the coattails of Adam Sandler and everybody else.
that's not an unfair assessment.
I feel like David Spade had potential.
Just Shoot Me was a horrible TV show.
Yeah.
And then
Okay, I do.
he played well with Chris Farley, especially in Tommy Boy, but that was about
But-
it.
Okay, but David Spade is he's definitely one of those ones you only put him in as a bit character.
Although Emperor's New Groove, he was pretty great.
He was
Okay,
amazing.
but that
at
was a
Emperor's
voiceover.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I stick with what I said. He's terrible.
No.
However,
He can do
Yeah.
all the voiceovers in the world. I like him, and it's kind of like Jack Black.
What was that? Yeah. What was that redneck he played? He
Joe
got-
Dirt.
Joe Dirt. He played it. Did that get a sequel too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was a terrible.
The trailer park people just must love going to movies.
Well, they have nothing else to
Holy
do.
cow.
Right?
Yeah, Joe Dirt was
Tuesdays, I guess.
And then, you know, yeah.
That's one I might have to give another shot to, like this one, because I thought this one was in the same vein as
Okay.
the
No,
Joe
I'm
Dirt.
good if I never watch another video.
We're not hurting anyone, crazy vegans.
I mean, can I say that if I was making a ton of money doing the same schlock I did, would I ride that for a while?
Oh, hell
Absolutely,
yes.
absolutely. But there's a
Guaranteed
point.
paycheck.
But there's a point in which you got to say, okay, I got enough money to retire forever. Do I want to be a better performer, or do I just want to ride? Because there's actors or performers, we'll say performers out there that don't give a flying
No,
fuck, and they just
they're
want to be
having fun.
recast. Well, you know, as the same character.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I could do more, but I don't want to. This character is so much fun. Let's keep playing him. So, like, if you enjoy what you're doing, why wouldn't you not want to do it?
Well, the only argument I have for that is like, where do you want in personal growth?
I had an interesting conversation with one of my coworkers the other day. We're doing some work at the golf course, and this wonderful kid, Jesse, he comes up and he's doing work. Jesse's always got a smile on his face. He's the happiest guy, hardest worker you ever meet, right?
Poor bastard.
And he comes to help. I'm doing work at the golf course, right? And I said, Jesse, you're always so happy, you know? And a younger, newer guy wanted to do the work that I normally do. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm excited. You know, it wasn't that long ago. I was the young, hungry guy. Now there's young, hungry guys after what I do. And he turns to me, he says, yeah, I'm never hungry, Jeff. I'll just work my summer at the golf course, and then I'll go be a snow bum for the rest of the winter, and I'm happy with that. And I'm just kind of like, there's a guy who's got it fucking figured out. He just wants for naught in life.
How many people just work their 9 to 5 and go home?
Oh, fuck, I
But
wish.
He works the 9 to 5s he wants to work. He works at a ski hill and he works at a golf course, and that's just, you know, he works at play, right?
And that's, you know what? I mean, if that's what you want in life, by all means, I'm not one to tell you to be any different, but I just cannot fathom that I'm happy or content where I'm at. Like, my philosophy, if I'm not learning, if I'm not growing, if I'm not developing, I'm waiting to die.
Let's bring all the
That's just
alcohol
my
back
philosophy.
to Grandma's house who just got high drinking marijuana.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know that yet.
I love it. These grannies are just fucking lit.
Baked out of their mind.
Oh, there's a YouTube show that was highlighting grandparents getting high for the first time in their life, and they would ask them questions and stuff. It was quite funny.
That would be fun, yeah.
My old man didn't touch the stuff till after my stepmom passed away. And now he gets. I remember he used to always give me shit. Oh, Jeff, you're pot smoking. Oh, Jeff, you're pot smoking. And now he's like, fucking every night he needs his little gummy or his little brownie, right?
Here's a coming of age story. So you grew up in Alberta. You work the oil patch when you turn 18. That's the standard. Start getting loans, and then you're trapped, right? That's
the Alberta dream.
the Alberta
Marry a
dream.
hooker and get a lifted truck.
So I turned.
End up in debt.
So I graduated high school. Dad got me a job on the pipeline, and we're working. I'm doing that, you know, the 12-hour days, 11-hour days, digging holes. And we finally do our first road trip. And we got I think we were from Rocky, so I think we stayed, I can't remember where it was, Drayton Valley or something like that. So we all had rooms, and there was a couple younger guys that were like late 20s, early 30s. And I walk into a room, and there was my dad having a joint, which I'd never seen. Like, the two things I'd never seen my dad do was have a joint and swear. Now, the first thing I learned his first pipeline with my dad is like, fucking, holy fuck, Dad. I just said, not in front of your mother. Oh, okay. And then I walked in one day, and he was having a joint. And it's like, oh my God, my life is just shook.
Yeah, because Dad's got multiple personalities. There's work dad, and then there's Dad in front of Mom.
He
Kind
was
of like the Golden Girls here.
Yeah.
he was
I
a real
was thinking of
person,
the
and I
Golden
never
Girl
see
attic
that.
earlier.
Right?
He was a real human being, and I just never saw that as a kid.
Right?
Yeah.
I can hear my hair growing.
But you know, it's that, like most of us don't. Growing up, most of us don't realize our parents are human beings.
Yeah.
Like, they were never kids to begin with. Like, they're just like there and they're adults already.
Wow, you see, your first memory of them.
Right?
I'm wondering, I'm wondering when Logan ever decided that I was a real human being. I know there was the moment in which he stopped seeing me as a superhero, super smart guy. I remember that, but when does he
That
see
didn't
me?
take me long, actually.
I'm not 100, but he's not a superhero anymore.
Yeah.
Or okay. Right?
Your dad or me?
You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never pretended to be for you.
No, I know.
See, I don't.
It
Think
was a
that-
silly haha. It all was, so.
You know what? Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't think my kids have actually realized that I'm not superhuman yet.
Yeah.
Just because I'm always on the go.
I'm just saying the fucking hours I put in, I am a goddamn hero.
Right?
You have been putting in ludicrous hours lately.
No, more like plaid hours.
I feel like that's a reference to Space.
Oh, come on. Give me a high five on that one, Laura.
I'm
Oh,
lost. I don't get it.
Spaceballs.
They've been talking behind. Yeah, ludicrous speed. Flat.
We've gone plaid.
I got
Oh,
it.
that's been a while.
I think.
You know what? I never got into Spaceballs. I hate to say it, but I never did.
You know, not to be on the nostalgia train, but that's a movie that's got to go on the list eventually.
Well, I think
one
so,
of,
too.
one of these days, eventually.
And yeah, if we do that, can we use the picture of me and Logan at Comic-Con with
Who's
with
dressed
Will
up like
Wheaton?
Barf?
I was Barf. Logan was Lord Darkhelmet, and Will Wheaton left a line of like 50 people at Comic-Con to come get a picture with us. It was just like, it was like the high point. Mind you, the picture's taken with a flip phone, so Jeff will appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I appreciate it.
Fucking
Rating
flip phones.
quality.
But that was a long time
Oh. Stone Grandma busting out the fucking cereal to like an accountant and a biker.
ago. Colonel Crackers?
They
Yeah.
couldn't use Captain Crunch.
She's like, oh, I found him hot. And he's like, oh, I must be too drunk for this. She's like, and you know, so you're not getting the cereal. And she gives it to the biker.
Is this almost over?
Yeah, we're
It
pretty
is
close.
actually.
Oh, thank God.
This is the obligatory house party scene in like, you know, every raunchy comedy. You know how many? Animal House kind of started the whole raunchy house party thing, right? Yeah, it was
Pretty
in
much, yeah.
That was certainly
American
it.
Pie, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Growing up.
I
So
didn't have house parties growing up.
Oh, now he's into his Marilyn Manson vibe here. Okay.
See, there's a real person in here. I know it's a stereotype that's up to, but there's actually a little bit of internal struggle with this person.
he reminds me of Titi with Tiki in Free Guy. But
Oh,
neither one of them were really well performed. but there was-
Waititi was a little bit more douchebaggy-ish or alpha male-ish. This
Yeah,
guy,
he was. But, I mean, it was just...
Wait.
Oh,
Wait.
You were looking for the boobs?
Oh, I'm not looking for. I'm waiting for.
Uh,
3,
I still can't believe
2, 1.
boobs.
So this was rated R.
Pre-fame Jonah Hill, eh?
No, this would still be PG.
This was
PG-13.
PG.
Right?
You're allowed to see boobs once you're 13, eh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. Well, guys, we're just about up to our last break here.
Okay.
When we come back, should we do final thoughts?
Oh, please.
I still stand firmly behind it's better than Corsican Brothers.
I'm not going to argue that. I'm just saying.
Is that how I say it? Corsican?
Corsican.
Corsican?
No, they said it in the movie. It's
Corskin?
no,
Like foreskin?
no.
Is the second C is silent?
Yes,
It's not a hard C.
exactly.
Corsian.
Corsian.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Well, we'll have our final thoughts of this movie after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
No one wants to say final thoughts, do they?
You
just
don't
did.
want to hear mine, so.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, let's start with Mike first. Up.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get it out of the way. Poop away, Mike. Poop away.
I'm going to pull a line from, I can't remember whether it was Siskel or Ebert. I cannot, with good conscience, quantify, justify, or rate a movie I did not watch.
But that's fair.
The monkey just.
But if you
kicked his
make
ass.
me-
the
Enjoy
monkey
it.
guys attacked him.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Yeah. So,
You're giving this a non-rating.
yes, because otherwise, if you make me do it, I'm going to say is 0 on subjective and 2 on objective. So technically, I gave it a rating, but it's not really legitimate because I don't care.
That's fair. Laura,
Sorry, I zoned out.
in a stoner movie. Huh.
Yeah.
Ah,
Did you get punched
So-
in the face by a monkey? Is that what happened?
you got super kicked by
That's kind of. How did he get super kicked by the monkey when the other guy was standing at the bottom of the stairs?
The monkey's got a higher belt rating than the other guy.
Yeah, but he wasn't even standing at the bottom of the
Anyway.
stairs.
Just as also part of the final thought, I don't care for this genre. I don't care for stoner movies. Yeah, some of them were funny when I was younger, but I don't care about them. So there we
Yeah,
go.
that's fair.
Hey, he totally stole his game.
Yeah, that's totally what happened here.
Right?
The douchebag stole the game. And then he's got to prove that it wasn't him that did it.
Right? So,
So grandma kicked his ass.
Yeah, yeah. So
Anyway,
Laura,
Laura.
final thoughts?
it's a movie.
It exists.
Wow.
It's a movie.
That was profound.
Right.
It is therefore it is.
Right. It was made. You know, it's one of those ones. It throws everything into it. I guess it's a comedy. I mean, Jeff and Corey obviously found it more funny than I did.
But we also watched it while not doing the podcast.
Right. In my defense, I've been working more. So,
Fuck you.
okay, you didn't have to go to bingo with all the old people yesterday.
I was at work while you were at bingo, so and so was Corey.
Yeah, but Corey lives there. He can watch movies at work.
I don't have time.
Well, the
I
movie, the only time I had an opportunity to watch this, I decided to watch The Boys with my wife. It was a
Okay.
really good movie.
Yeah, basically
So-
the same.
Nope.
Basically
So-
the same.
I mean, if I do have, obviously, like I'm going to give it a rating. It's Dazed and Confused rated higher than this
Really?
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
Dazed
So
and Confused is a better movie.
it was
Not as
better.
funny, but
Oh.
a better movie.
It was a better movie. This one, I'm only going to give it 2 out of 5. Though I do kind of like that car. Not the design on it. But
Oh,
I kinda
2.1
like the
out of
car.
5.
2.1. Just because of the car.
Who is she riding with here? Is that the stoner?
No,
That's
Or
the
is
Chinese
it-
guy.
Kane.
Oh, it's Kane. Oh,
That's
okay.
gotta be Kane.
Well, that makes sense. He's
Wrestling reference.
My God! My God, it's Kane.
All right, Corey.
Y'all are fucking sticks in the mud. I'm just saying. It again, if you want to shut your brain off and enjoy a movie for just being a stupid,
That's a
fucking, amazingly entertaining movie.
Joint.
It is.
This movie is a fucking 5-star movie. I will be fair. I will be fair and call it a 4.5 because of little things. But I can watch this movie every day and laugh every time. So I'm
I
sorry.
think I
I'm
would
not
watch it every day if I was laughing at Corey's expression.
I couldn't tell if you two were laughing at the movie or what you were laughing at. There.
We were laughing at Corey.
I'm sticking to my guns.
Bunch of meanies over there, eh? A bunch of meanies. No. So, well, I couldn't hear your rating.
4.5.
4.5? Okay.
Jeff's gonna rate it like 5.
See, these people got to go back onto all our podcasts and figure out, okay, 4.5. Is that a 4.5? Oh man, so if he says this,
But-
I'm totally gonna not.
We're
or
like
you know
the
the
Marvel
thing-
Cinematic Universe. You have to go back
I'm
and
just
see
saying,
what
when I
happened.
worked at Blockbuster, and Laura can attest this for herself, if I liked a movie,
Then he would promote it.
well, not so much that, which is true, but if I liked a movie, people will watch it, and people will come back and say, "Hey, I'll only watch a movie because you
Yeah.
promoted it," and they'll end up liking it. Whereas if I say I didn't like the movie, it could be the best movie in the world, but if I say I didn't like it, people would not watch it. So I had that kind of power.
So essentially, you're saying you're a cult leader.
Yes.
we were because it was the same as me. Now, you know, the thing with that one is too, like, and we've all said we're allowed to have differing opinions, and Corey and I agree
Well,
on
mine
a
are right.
lot. Corey and I agree on a lot of stuff. Again, he is not, but we agree on a lot of movies. But there's movies we're not going to agree with.
Weird.
No.
It's like we're
Hey, yeah,
Right?
If I can interject for half a second, I think I like that when we don't all agree. I think
Right?
we're supposed to have opinions. That's the point of this thing, and I think it's great when
Right.
we disagree.
See, and
100%.
like this is one of them. Like, it's obviously it's weird hearing Corey and I not agree on a movie.
I think this is the first, actually.
That said, when's the last time you watched this?
Probably about when it came out.
Yeah. So again, I can't
2007,
take anybody's thoughts
No,
for someone who has not
okay.
watched this at least within 10 years.
when's the last time I watched it? Right now.
It
It counts.
Anyway, so
It doesn't
if
really.
we all had watched this yesterday and came in, I would take everybody's opinion more seriously. And again, opinion, strong word, underline, bold, emphasis.
Colored in
But
pink.
Like, I think we all have real life
right,
opinions.
I treasure people's opinions. I do. But I feel an opinion needs to be based on some sort of merit. So
Mhm.
See, and for me, this movie is just not. Like, I love Dazed and Confused, but this one is not for me.
See, on this same note, I think comedies are the biggest diversities we have.
of course, comedy is the most subjective thing in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but again, I mean, I'm gonna. If you take the objective out of it, it's still whatever. There has to be an objective element, but why can we not? We can get on a better page on dramatic movies. Everybody's agreeing there. I don't know why. I don't know
Because
why
drama
comedy
is not subjective,
Sure, it is.
in my opinion. At least as
It's always
well,
subjectively
art is
interpreted.
subjective. Art is subjective.
Art is
But
subjective.
drama
Yes.
is, if a movie is made as a drama, you watch it and you're like, yep, it's a drama. I was moved one
Yeah.
way or the other.
Yeah.
One emotion was invoked one way or the other. Whereas you watch a comedy, hey, that joke is funny. No, it's not. That's the subjectiveness of comedy.
Well, in a comedy, here's the beautiful thing about a comedy. Some of the best comedies are bad movies.
Yeah.
But the
100%.
best dramas are not bad movies normally.
See, and,
Normally, a
and
good drama is a good movie.
it actually warms my heart to hear you say that, because that's all I've ever asked for people to admit. To love a bad movie. A bad movie can be enjoyable, and I've never said anything otherwise. You liking a movie is irrelevant. Now, comedies are far more subjective than dramas, but there's still an objective value that has to be addressed or accepted, although it's more subliminal. Anyway,
I think we can all agree that more often than not, comedies aren't generally like amazing movies, but we like them because they're funny, right? That's generally what happens with a comedy.
So generally, for me, a comedy, because yes, Jeff, like I have to agree with you on that one. Because for me, a comedy it's just a way of getting out of the normal.
an escape.
Yes.
It's like a musical. It's an escape
Just
from
better.
reality to live into the metaphorical or the symbolic.
Yes.
I feel like a musical's gotta be somewhat well done to be liked, though.
I mean,
But so
I like
Well,
Greek,
I-
I'm just saying. So.
I think that's
see-
a well done movie. Though.
But actually, Mike's got a point on that one though, because like you just said, a musical's got to be well done to be liked. So does a comedy.
To me,
You
Right?
like
This
you like
movie is not well done.
No,
And
your
I like it.
you like the movie that had two men dressed as babies crying. Like I don't know if that was a well done movie.
no,
or not.
he just randomly. I'm pretty sure he just randomly picked because
I told you.
I guess.
I
you
said it very clear that I picked that off of a 30-year-old memory.
right because I'm pretty
Fair
sure
enough. Fair enough.
recently.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure that recently Mike would not pick a movie that has a guy wearing nipple clamps. Anyway, Jeff, what's your final thoughts?
Bad
I
attitude.
I struggled with where I wanted to give this. I think I'm gonna give it a Raiders of the Lost or not Raiders of the
I was
Lost.
like, I
Holy
beg your
no,
pardon?
not Raiders. I'm giving it a Temple of Doom.
Okay.
And
Holy shit!
I'm giving it a solid Temple of Doom.
I still don't understand.
This is a
the
crystal
ratings.
skull if I've ever heard.
I still don't.
No,
understand
you
the
know,
ratings.
I was wavering between a crystal skull and a half, but no. It's got more enjoyable factor than that. Like, I can admit that it's not... and there was some stuff that I actually found to be, like, mild social commentaries. Whether or not they were intended or not, probably not.
Probably not.
But there was stuff in there that was, a little bit of social commentary.
Throw
I was
enough
quite
shit at the
surprised.
wall, something's gonna stick.
Is Jeff's rating closer to mine?
I
Oh
think-
yeah,
I think
no,
you-
like
you
if he's
rated it
going,
higher than I did, actually. I think.
I gave it a 2.1.
Oh, 2.1. No, I'm slightly higher than you. Though.
yeah, Temple of Doom is high,
He's
pretty
pretty-
high on
he's
his
pretty
standard.
close.
Peter Dante, that's his name.
Which one's Peter
That's
Dante?
his dealer.
Oh, okay.
The one with the elephant?
Shirley Knight. That was
Old
her name.
lady.
Yeah, I could remember. I knew it was Shirley. I couldn't remember the last name.
So I can't believe the month is over and we finally actually watched a stoner comedy. Actually, this is the most stoner movie out of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, if only I knew we were
shit.
doing stoner comedies, I would
No,
have.
no, no. Is Dazed and Confused really a stoner comedy, or is it a day in the life of a high school student?
Dazed and
That just
Confused
happens-
is not even remotely a comedy.
No. I said
Because
stoner
again,
movie.
they
I think
never
it's a
stated comedy.
Well, I know, no, I'm with you on that.
I meant to say movie.
Oh,
It
it's a
is
movie.
stoner movie.
It's 100% a movie.
No, is it a stoner movie?
100%.
Oh, is it a stoner movie?
100%.
I don't.
I'd say it's 80% stoner movie.
See, I would give it less than 80%. I would give it a 50% because it's more of a day in the life. And high school students just happen to smoke dope. Where, like, the smoking dope was, like, it was front and center in this one.
It
Like,
was
there-
front and
So-
center in days.
Well, I'd say Fast Times is 20% stoner movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and
Fast
and the
Times is much
Corsian
less.
Brothers
saying, you know,
is 2%.
I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good because
I'm
There-
pretty sure with Corsian Brothers, all they did was find some magic shrooms and ate them.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Oh, wait a minute. So they actually were stoned
yeah,
for a
I'll say
moment?
Chi-Chi
Oh,
Kong.
that jumps up. That jumps up to 10%. Then.
Right?
It's a 10% stoner movie.
Like, Fast Times, the only reason that even remotely is in that conversation is because Spicoli's in that movie.
Hey, actually,
And Dazed and Confused, I'm sure the internet will say they're all stoner movies, but
I was
Dazed
in
and
going.
Confused is more of a day in the life of a high school student that happens to have students that smoke dope, which was very popular at the time.
okay.
At the time.
Before we sign off here, I asked AI
Oh,
a
shit.
question.
Oh, shit.
What are
Get
the
rid of that.
best stoner movies?
Hey, can I rant on AI for a second?
No, let-
Because, like, AI's gotta go, guys. We gotta stop using it.
No, it's a tool. It's a
Yeah,
tool that's going to
anyway,
be misused and abused.
And
Exactly.
this is how we ended up with the Terminator. Fuck
Oh.
off.
Our phone's ringing.
Oh, both?
What's both?
I don't know. Her phone rang. So, The Big Lebowski is the #1 stoner movie by AI standards.
Oh, sure.
#2 is Pineapple Express.
Which was actually my pick
Yeah.
for being probably voted wise the #1,
Super High Me.
which
Really?
was a documentary, but sure, we can go with that.
Not
Harold
bad,
and Kumar go to White Castle.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And
fucking
Cheech and
love that
Chong.
movie.
Far better stoner choices than we picked.
Yeah, if I would have ended up a pick, it would have been Pineapple Express or
Yeah.
The Big Lebowski. But
I also asked him about horror movies, which I can address with you guys later. I was very curious on Corey and Laura's opinion on that.
okay, but
Okay.
I got to make some tracks here, people. You guys got to record some lines. Mike's got to go off directing. Mike, say goodbye.
Bye.
Laura, say goodbye.
Bye.
Your phone's still ringing, eh?
Yeah, I have to run to work for a few minutes.
Okay, Corey, say goodbye.
All right. Have a good one, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Okay, like, listen, subscribe.
Is that it?